Every year, 1 trillion US dollars are offered as bribes. That's more than twice the GDP of Israel.
But why is this a problem for you? After all, it's only giving money to evade laws or to climb up the rungs of the power ladder. But you should be concerned, and let us tell you why.
Bribery causes companies with more money, resources, and connections to rocket in the market. This reduces the opportunities for more talented and productive companies. Due to lesser companies occupying the market, there are lesser job opportunities, leading to unemployment.
But job seekers aren't the only ones who should be concerned. Imagine you're buying candies. Normally it would cost you 50 cents, but bribery changes that. The fewer companies means lesser options for you, increasing demand and prices. And let's not forget that these companies have illicitly invested their money to reach their near monopolistic status. So they obviously want to get it back. A way for them to do this is by further increasing prices. So the candies that would cost 50 cents now cost $2 because of bribery.
Let's go back to unemployment. Generally, unemployed people aren't wealthy. Wealthy people usually pay more taxes than the poor. So, an increase in unemployment would lead to fewer wealthy people and less tax returns for the government. To combat this, increasing tax rates is plausible, but this would lead to more wealthy people evading taxes. In the end, the government is left with sorry excuses for tax returns, making it unable to provide public goods and services, worsening the quality of life of the poor.
But bribery doesn't just affect people financially. A study carried out by the Harvard Business School proves that it also reduces employee morale within a company. So if you belong to a society where bribery is prevalent, you might be painted to be imperfect and subpar. Now that you know the problem, questions are probably springing up in your mind. And amongst them, this one may be the most prevalent. How can we eradicate bribery?
We've thought a lot about that, and we've arrived at some ideas that we think will help reduce it substantially.
Think of how an undercover agent is wired so that the intelligence agency can know about the agent's surroundings and gather information. This is similar to what we aim to implement. We're hoping to include microphones, heart rate monitors, and EEG scanners into the uniforms of officials.
At the end of the day, the data from all of these devices will be fed through an algorithm that will be looking for any abnormal speech, heart rate, and brain activity that is characteristic of a person who is being bribed.
The whole process will be overseen by a committee that is set up by the highest levels of government to ensure that there is no corruption.
Additionally, weekly polygraphs can be enforced for government personnel so that any cases of bribery that evade the algorithm can be detected and neutralized. Another problem that we notice is that many places, especially in developing countries, don't have proper surveillance. So cameras and microphones can be set up at regular intervals of 10 meters in all public places. This won't only detect cases of bribery, but it will also help fight other crimes. So we have greater employment rates, lesser prices, and fairer law systems. And above all of that, we're going to create a company that will work with the government to increase employment rates and to create a more stable economy.
So if you want to be happier and more prosperous, support our ideas by spreading the message. And maybe one day we'll be able to change them into reality and defeat the modern day demon of bribery.